The playbook that I've created to maximize your chances from landing a remote job, there is a process. The job search is not just having a resume and sending out applications and that's it. We don't just sit on our butts telling you like, yeah, send 1,000 applications and eventually heaven will provide. We have a way of escalating things. First thing is just deciding on your resume. Once you have your resume, we have to test it out. We don't necessarily know beforehand how well it's going to do. We're very good with resumes. That's why we don't tell you to make your own resume. We make it for you. But there's things that escapes us. That's usually not the case. 1% of the time, that's what's happening. But it could be that the position itself that we're targeting with the resume, there's no market for it right now. I'm not saying forever. I'm not saying in general. How do we know? Just sending resumes for a week, a couple of weeks does not give us enough information. That process will usually take a couple of months. Well, I'm assuming this is worst case scenario. You're not getting the second job yet. The failure can have two modes. Number one is that you are getting calls. So recruiters are responding back, you're scheduling interviews, but you get passed over. You don't get the jobs. The other one, which is the more dramatic one and the one that demoralizes people, is when you don't even get anything. You don't even get a call, you don't get any feedback, you hear nothing from anybody. In scenario one, it tells us that the resume is working, the job market is good for that position, but you are failing on interview. So that tells us that all we need to do is work on your interviewing skills. That is not the case in the second scenario where you're not even getting feedback. It's a combination of time and applications sent, because we can say, well, it's been 2 months. All right, how many applications have we sent? Oh, 20 applications. All right, we got to send a little bit more. But if it's like 2 months and you've sent over 100 applications, you're not even getting like one screening call. We still don't know if it's the resume and we still don't know if it's the job market. So what else could it be? There's a third variable, which is the quality of the job listings. The problem is that with all the free employment websites, because they're free, sometimes the job listings are not real. So you send out 100 applications and it turns out that 20 of them were real. So we did not really send out 100 applications. So we need to escalate further. What's this next escalation in the job hunt process? We need to start looking for paid employment websites. Examples are the Ladders, which is usually focused on tech stuff, or Workster, or some other options. What's the logic behind this? They're paid both for you and they're more expensive for the employer. So what does this mean? It means that we don't want to like just be there months and months and paying them for months and months. Like the fact that you are paying and employers are paying, it means that people are not screwing around. If you're paying whatever a month and you're sending applications and you're not getting even responses, that hurts them, because then they're going to say like, oh, this is a waste of time. I'm never going to pay for this again. Whereas if you are landing jobs, you're getting traction, some sort of traction with the job listings that they have, well, you're going to be more likely to keep paying. And the same on the side of the employer. The logic behind this step is that we are removing that uncertainty of like, are the job listings real? Once after a month and very disciplined, sending applications each week, you're not getting even calls, then that tells us that there's something wrong with either the resume, like I already told you. The most likely situation is that we're not targeting the right position. Right now, there are not enough jobs on the market for this to be worth the time that we're investing in trying to land this particular job. So that's when our team will reach out to you to discuss crafting another resume, targeting some other position, right? Like based on your skills or based on your preferences, and just go with something else. And then we repeat the process.
Hey, Rolf here. If you found the content of this video useful, please like, share, and subscribe. It really does help the channel grow and get the word out to more people about job stacking. Thanks.
The key here is that you're being flexible, you're pivoting to different things. The beauty of job stacking is that you kind of become a business owner yourself. You're now treating employment like a business. And so what you're doing is going out there, finding leads. And so sometimes when you have to find leads, you have to adjust your messaging. You can't just use the same script, the same resume, and then go out and trying to get leads, trying to close a sale with that. If you see that something's not working, you gotta have ways of determining why it's not working and then pivoting. And that's exactly what the escalation steps that we have created here in the job stacking program provides you.
All right, that's gonna do it for today's video. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.